Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. We're streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/regionsports and regionsports.com. We come to you tonight from Highland High School as Laborers Local 41 presents coverage from the 2021 Highland Holiday Hoopfest. In this semifinal matchup, the Morton Governors take on the Highland Trojans. I'm Mike Zajac. I'll have tonight's play-by-play. And joining me with the color is Greg Braggs. Greg, Good evening once again for Game 2.
That's right, round 2. Shook off the rust a little bit here in the first game for both of our first games back here for calling basketball for Region Sports Network. Truly a pleasure. Love doing this every year. Basketball in the region is what it's all about, and we get a little holiday tournament action here at Highland High School, one of the most beautiful arenas, gyms in the entire state.
Yeah, it's a great place to play here at Highland High School. Big matchup tonight. It's the premier matchup tonight. Morton versus Highland, Game 4 of the day. Winner will go to the championship game on Thursday. Morton comes in at 4-4, Highland at 3-5. Take a look at the offense from Morton. They've scored 58 points a game compared to Highland's 40 points a game. Highland struggling a little bit this year. The 2 wins against Whiting are their 2 premier wins, and then the one against Lake Forest. They played each other earlier in the season. It was Morton all over Highland, 75-56.
Yeah, hometown, you get home court advantage here, but to lose by 19 last time, you're certainly looking, if you're Highland, for a better effort and hopefully can keep this game more competitive.
Yeah, and defensively-wise, Highland giving up 52 a game, 62 a game given up by Morton. It was LaDayon Barnes having a big day earlier today against Hanover Central in that 58-49 win. He scored 19 points. He led all scores. Amari Northcutt added 10 more. Jaden Lee, we'll see him as well. He put up 11 points. But it's the LaDayon Barnes show that we're expected to see here tonight from Morton.
Yeah, Morton's got a lot of length. You can see that just here in the warm-ups. They certainly have a lot of size and length on Highland, so Highland's going to have to do everything they can to keep them off the glass, keep them out of the paint, and we'll see if Highland can stay in this one.
Yeah, it should be interesting because Highland now at 3-5, giving up 52 points a game defensively. Walter Glover Jr. is the guy they're going to look forward to really carry their team. He put up 16 earlier in today, but he needs some help from guys like Andrew Sands, Nick Johnson, and Rico Maldonado.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to take quite an effort. They're going to have to battle hard here tonight, but they're in their home court. They got to show some pride. They got their fans out showing up here. A lot of people in the stands starting to trickle in here to see if Highland can pull this off and move on to the championship.
Yeah, we didn't have too big of a crowd earlier this morning in the earlier games. Got a little bit last game. We're hoping to get a little bit more tonight, but we thank you for joining us wherever you are watching on regionsports.com. We will take a break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Indiana laborers are the best trained, safest, and most productive workforce around. Day after day, year after year, union laborers in Indiana go to work and get the job done. On time, on budget, and with fewer lost time accidents than any other trade. Why is that? It starts with the training these professionals receive through the Indiana Laborers Training Trust Fund. Since 1968, we've been responsible for a hands-on skill training program that has enrolled more than 25,000 laborers. Take the finest instructors and staff in the industry. Leading-edge training facilities in a safe environment conducive to learning, and combined with the eager and qualified laborers to produce the safest, most productive, and reliable workforce in the industry. The proud men and women of Indiana's Laborers International Union.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Did you know Wow, they'll prepare fresh fish while you wait.
Did you know?
They make over 40,000 donuts from scratch every week?
Did you know?
They offer 23 different deli platters for your party?
Did you know?
They have freshly chopped fajita mix ready to cook.
Did you know?
They have the best fried chicken in the area?
Did you know?
They offer our signature curbside service 14 hours a day.
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like health care and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back as Labor's Local 41 presents RSN game day coverage of the Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. They're offering apprenticeship programs. For more info, visit labors41.com. Along with Greg Braggs, Mike Zajac from Highland High School, Morton Governors taking on the Highland Trojans, getting ready to start here in just a few minutes. First, we will have the national anthem coming up pretty soon. This is game 4 of the day in the Highland Hoopfest tournament. Earlier, we had Hanover Central and Morton. It was Morton victorious. Highland defeated Whiting, and then it was Hanover Central, the last game we just had on here, all over Whiting, as we will stand for the national anthem.
Corner of the field house for the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now meet the starting lineups for tonight's ball game.
Let's get the starting lineups for tonight's matchup between Morton and Highland. Let's go with Morton Governors to start things off.
6'1" senior,
Number 1 is Devin James. He's a 6-foot senior. LaDayon Barnes, we talked about him earlier. He put up 19 in the game against Hanover Central, wearing number 2. He's a 6'1" senior. Amari Northcutt, a 6'1" senior, wearing number 5. Nate King, also, guess what, a 6'1" senior, number 10. And Jeremiah Moore rounding out the starting lineup. And for Highland on the other side,
At guard, 6 foot
Guard
senior,
Braden
number 1,
Jones,
Braden
6'1".
Jones.
I'm sorry, he's number 1. He's 6 foot tall. He's a senior.
Forward, 6
Number
feet
3,
freshman,
Walter
number
Glover
Walter
Jr.,
Glover
a 6
Jr.
foot forward. He is just a
At
freshman.
guard, 6 foot senior, number 14.
Eric Tannis, 14. He's a 5'11 forward senior.
guard,
Nick
6'3"
Steele,
senior,
another
number 23,
senior.
Nick Steele.
6'3", is listed as a guard. I'm assuming he'll play another forward style game for him. Number 23. Number 32 is Nick Johnson. He's 6'4". He's a center. He is a sophomore. As we start this game, I got to mention the great hair of a couple of the Highland Trojan players. It's like Nick Johnson and Nick Steele, the two Nicks. I mean, wish we had hair like that. I wish I can go to work like that and have hair like that.
Give me a head with hair.
With the headband for Johnson. So it'll be Johnson and Barnes to tip off. Yes, I think it's Johnson. Yes, it is Johnson. Here we go. Highland and Morton from Highland High School. Tip away into the hands of Jeremiah Moore. And here we go. For the Governors. This is Nate King.
Trying to work it down low, and then he calls him off for the ISO.
Barnes has it knocked away, and then he flips it out.
They trap Highland, and they cause a turnover right away. I imagine that's going to be the game plan then for Morton is apply ball pressure, look at full court pressure. Morton is putting on Highland, and they've gotten 2 steals.
Two steals to start the game for Morton.
And immediately Highland's going to their bench.
And Northcutt trying to make this a 5-0 game just to start already.
Xander Eisen checks in here.
Yeah, Jones is out. Not a good start for Jones, not a good start for Highland.
And Coach Fabian's probably looking for guys that are going to understand how to break this press. As until Highland can prove that they can, I'm sure Morton is going to continue to do that. 2 easy buckets right out the gate.
Loose ball. It is picked up from Johnson. And the full court press from the Governors. All kinds of issues as he's got to hurry and get it over. He does not. 10 seconds. It's a turnover.
Xander Eisen settled things down after the steal. Pass to the side to move it up, the court, and you can't pick up your dribble. Once you get momentum, you got to, and if you do pick up your dribble, you got to pump, fake, and pass quickly. Morton has come out firing. Up 6-0 here right out the gate.
And more pressure from the defense. Eisen, they finally get it over. This is Steele. A fake. Swinging around in the corner, trying to get a shot from the outside, and the Governors' defense shut him down.
Smart of them to slow it down, though, because I was anticipating a quick reactionary 3 once they finally got it across half court. They need to set up their offense. There's no shot clock in high school basketball, something I don't love, but at the same time, Highland needs to use that to their advantage here. Once you get it across court, you got to make sure you get a good bucket here. You're already down 6-0.
Eisen in trouble, gets it out. The shot doesn't go for Steele. Rebound to Morton. They're up 6-0 early on here in the first.
Yeah, you can already tell Highland is calling a travel.
And Barnes traveled. All kinds of number issues we're having with Morton's team. Got 2 10s on my board here.
Well, Sebastian Bautista is not here today.
Right. This is Tanis. They try going down low.
Yeah,
it's knocked out.
For Highland, they have to be as deliberate as possible working this ball around the perimeter, inside, however they're going to try to run their offense, because you can already tell they're having enough problems getting it across on the press. So when you get your offense going, you got to make sure you get yourself a good, clean shot, because if not, this game could get out of hand real quick.
Still 6-0. Highland has yet to really get a good look. 5 minutes left to play in the first. Steele with a crossover. I thought he might have pulled up. He does not. Dribble drive has it knocked away. Too much dribbling. Here comes Moore the other way. Moore, no foul called. They wrestle for it. Jump ball. It'll go to the Trojans.
Yeah, still, I guess we're still efforting who number 11 is, right?
Well, I got a text that I just see. It is. Nate King is number 11 out there.
Yeah, certainly like to know, because he's already come out playing very hard.
Bounce pass from Ison. Turns it over. Calling a travel. Rico Maldonado coming in for Ison. Nice game in the earlier matchup against Whiting. He had 8. Still 6-0, 4:30 to play in the first. Northcutt gives it up to Barnes. Barnes has 19 in the first game. They give it to him down low. Look for this all game long if they can get it, but a couple of the bigs from Highland knock it away. Comes Tanis down to Steele, goes up, and they're going to call a charge on Steele.
Yeah, Highland did a nice job of not letting Morton set up their press, got all the way down court, but then rushed it. You know, they get inside. Hard to say. Might have had a clean look, but, King had a nice job at drawing the charge, set his feet.
Here's King, left side, pulls up, in and out. Toward the corner, it goes out of bounds, back to Highland. And Highland needs to get something going on offense. Has yet to score. 3:49 left to play in the first. And the pressure from the Morton defense is really getting to them. Let's see if they get a breakaway score here. Doesn't get it off the glass. The Trojans remain scoreless. Northcutt with it. 3:30 to play in the first. Oh, a crossover. I thought he'd be a travel. No call.
Certainly seemed like a carrier travel one way or the other.
Moore drives, goes off glass, and good.
Very nice drive by Jeremiah Moore there. But yeah, previously to Moore, it definitely seemed like a carry. Had the ball on his hip.
Glover comes away with that one. Steele. Another charge on Steele.
And that's kind of the double-ended sword of a press, especially when you're having trouble breaking that press. Once you get it across half court, then you have a propensity to try to do too much. Once you get it across, you feel like you have numbers, but at the same time, when you're down 8-0, you need to make sure you're getting a clean look and setting it up. Buckets aren't coming easy, so you got to be smart.
Into the lane, no good for King.
Certainly seemed like it could have been a foul called there, too.
Steele gets the roll as finally the Trojans are on the board. Don't play defense back there. Moore is fouled. He'll shoot 2. Is that on Steele? Is that 3? Let's see. It's 32. It's Nick Johnson.
Great job by Nate King to have his eyes up as soon as they inbound the ball. Passed that the length of the court to Jeremiah Moore. Now he's at the free throw line because of it.
Misses the first. Second shot for Moore is pure. 9-2. 2:35 to play in the first quarter. And throws it off the leg of Northcutt. I haven't seen Walter Glover Jr. get the ball much for Highland. He was a lead scorer with 16 in that first game this morning. This is Steele. A lot of dribbling. Throws it up. Doesn't go. The rebound up ahead. They got Moore. And he scores. Moore with 5 points. 11-2. Morton on top. Steele with four guys on him.
Nice, dribble technique, but you'd like to see him pass out of that.
Taken away by Northcutt the other way, and in the timeout they do. It's a full timeout. Northcutt adds on 2 more. It's 13-2. We'll take a short break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/JavaWave.
Welcome back as Laborers Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. To find out how you can have a career as a union laborer, check out laborers41.com. All Morton early on, 13-2, a minute 48 to play in the first quarter. And for Highland coach J.D. Fabian, having all kinds of issues on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of dribbling from Steele. He's got 2 fouls early on, a couple charges as he goes into the lane and just cannot find anything right to do tonight.
No, Morton immediately showed the full court press to start this game out, got a couple easy buckets, easy turnovers, and away they go. And Highland has to prove they can beat this. And, and then again, when they get it across half court, try to not overdo it once you get it across. Run your offense. No full court press there, just man-to-man pressure.
Maldonado gives it up to Tanis. Cannot fall. Quickly the other way. The speed from King takes it to the hole. He's fouled. He'll shoot 2. That's foul number 5 already on Highland.
Yeah, Highland they just cannot handle the speed and quickness of Morton. Nate King is doing a great job of setting the tempo and the pace of this game. He's been pushing the ball up court all game long, and Highland hasn't had an answer for it yet.
You look back at the beginning of this game, it was Brandon Jones turning the ball over for Highland. He has yet to come back into the game. They believe they put in Maldonado for him. It was Xander Eisen who came in for quite a bit.
Now he's out.
He too had some issues. So they try Maldonado. So many of the guys running the paint or the point guard, as there's a foul called on Northcutt. It's been a lot of Steele running the show. A lot of dribbling. Turnovers have hurt Highland. They trail 13-2.
Really impressed by the coaching job so far of Coach Abram from Morton. They're using that speed to their advantage, their length, their quickness. When they're pressuring the next guy, that they know where the pass is going to go, and that next guy is anticipating that pass. You saw that on the last possession. Yeah, the Morton player got a foul, but they were anticipating that pass coming that way. It did. They almost got another steal because of it.
That's the athleticism of Morton. It's the speed, you said, has really hurt the Trojans. Here's Steele, pulls up, makes it. He's got all 4 points, 45 seconds to play in the first.
First clean bucket of the game for Highland, and with 45 seconds left to play. Just speaks to the defensive job Morton has done so far.
That's not a good foul there from Johnson. That's his second. Already team 6. And we're not even done with the first quarter, 37 seconds to play.
Braden Jones re-enters the game, so let's see if he can make the adjustment on Morton's pressure once they get to the offensive side of the ball, but it starts on defense.
To the hole, doesn't go. Rebound to Highland. Maldonado pushing it ahead. Finds a man in the corner. Drives baseline. Goes off glass and good for Braden Jones. Good to see him.
It's a big bucket for Highland.
Yeah.
I mean, this game was about to get away from him. Now it's 13-6. That's manageable. But 10 seconds to go in the quarter. They got to get a stop here.
King drives, step back. They toss it out to Northcutt. He traveled. That'll do it after one. 13-6 our score. Highland hanging tough. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back as Labor's Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network, offering apprenticeship programs. For more info, visit labors41.com. Start of the second quarter, 13-6 our score. Morton on top of Highland Trojans. It's been all Morton, the speed of Morton in that first quarter. The full court pressure.
This is the first time really they've slowed it up. Most of the game has been go, go, go. They play at a fast pace, but this is about as deliberate as I've seen them on an offensive set yet.
Throwing it up is Willie Collins, can't connect. Braden Jones throws it away, but it was tipped out.
And immediately,
Northcutt.
Coach Fabian for Highland is going to have to talk to Braden Jones, about how to break that press and not get ahead of yourself when you're trying to get down court. Ill-advised pass right there. He'll get it right. You just got to keep working at it.
Jones had a nice play to get an extra 2 points to end that first quarter for the Highland offense. But I believe that's turnover number 3 for him on the night.
In limited minutes, too.
Yeah. Steele, baseline, loses it. Into the hands of Nate King the other way.
If you're Nate King, you're looking to take it to the rim.
Long shot. It's a long 2. It's good for King. He's got 3. And Maldonado in trouble, and Highland's got to hurry. They throw it out of bounds. It's Northcutt trying to intercept that one.
Relentless pressure from Morton. Maldonado had a chance to get it across court.
Yeah, he had his chance. Now he's in trouble. Oh, nice move to get around. Well, maybe he'd take it. He pulls it back to Tanis as he resets. No movement from Highland offense. Maldonado's going to take it to the lane. Glover with the rebound, tipped away into the hands of the Governors. When we see the Governors offense, everybody's moving around. Everybody's who's not touching the ball, everybody's moving, and we see Highland just standing around.
Yeah, when you start getting some buckets, it breeds confidence, and Highland can't find an easy bucket to save their life right now, so they're not playing with much confidence. You can see it on their faces. Another thing I'd like to see with them trying to break this press is, I see it from 23, but the pump fake. You're seeing it a couple times here, but you have to pump fake to get your defender going one way, as there's a jump ball.
Jump ball, possession space for Highland.
Roman Hernandez pulling it away. He'll stay with Highland.
You got to pump one way, then pass the other way. That's how you get your defender moving one way, get that leverage another way, and that's how you can get out of it a little easier. You can't be looking right at where you're passing it.
5-second call on Maldonado. Just cannot find anybody open.
We've had 10-second getting it across half court, 5-second getting it out. I mean, Morton is just playing relentless, aggressive defensive basketball. That's a credit to them and their coach.
And they took out Jones twice now for turnovers, but it's the whole team.
Yeah.
It's a step back here from King, no good. Maldonado and Glover along with Hernandez, and it's Hernandez going to be called for the foul here. That's his first, the team's second. Only the second foul on Morton to Highland's 6. There's that pump fake. Does it again.
See, you get your defender in the air, and you're able to – passing lanes open up that way.
Steele going to take it himself, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 2.
It's kind of a bailout foul there from Morton because, again, you get it across half court from the pressure, and then you try to do way too much as soon as you get it across half court. And, you can't let the pressure do that to you. You got to – once you get it across half court, you have to dictate the pace and the tempo of your offense. Don't let Morton continue to try to dictate that pace.
Called a foul on number 23.
Yep, another. Because Jordan Nix, as the coaching staff told us, is not here.
It looks like he's here. Unless they called another name I'm not aware of. Highland gets it back after the 2 free throws. It didn't fall. Glover to the hole. Doesn't go. He'll shoot 2.
I'll tell you what, for a freshman, Walter Glover is not in a freshman's body. I mean, that was a strong take to the rim. It doesn't look like a freshman. I think if most people, you were to ask, all right, what grade's this guy in? I think most people wouldn't say freshman, so that's pretty impressive there. Seems like Highland might have a good one if he keeps working at it.
And Coach Fabian keeps working on him. Hopefully he can be a bright star in the future for the Trojans. Misses the first and misses a second. 0 for 4 at the line for the Trojans. Not going to work out if you're going 0 for 4 to start it off.
No, because Morton should be up way more than they are right now. And if you make your free throws, this is a ball game right now. But it's not because you haven't.
Dennis Mitchell down low, the big man, putting it in. 17-6, 4:30 to play in the second quarter. And a kick ball. Morton doing whatever they can to stop those passes. Unfortunately, I don't keep score of turnovers. I wish I did, but
I mean, at this point, I'm surprised the last game was 75-56. I mean, the way this game is gone.
Maldonado couldn't get it. Hernandez came away with it.
Good hustle to track that down. It was heading for out of bounds.
Mitchell working on a big man with the quick feet.
What a move by Dennis Mitchell, the junior.
Steele just needs to. I think Steele just needs to take that straight, and he had Andrew Sands. There's another turnover by the Trojans. They trail by 13. Down low, it's Barnes off glass and good, and Fabian and company need to call another timeout. We'll take one, too. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all orthopedic specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
Welcome back as Laborers Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. Find out how you can have a career as a union laborer. Check out laborers41.com. 21-6 our score. Morton on top of the Highland Trojans. It's been all Morton. And you mentioned it. It could be worse.
Yeah, absolutely. And now it's starting to get worse. So the floodgates are about open. Highland has to do something here to try to stop that.
Steele finally gets it. Loose ball. Picked up by Eisen, back to Steele. He resets.
The pressure doesn't stop, even when they cross half court. It's a true definition of full court pressure.
And taken away by Mitchell. Up ahead, Northcutt lays it in. He's got 6.
Good hustle by Xander Eisen there to
That's
get
how
back.
you beat the press.
Yep.
Get it to the middle, get it back to the outside. Steele, no. The rebound by Tanis goes 23-8, and I think that's what you got to do. Inside out, it's just like the 2-3 zone that we saw in the last game. Inside to the outside.
Absolutely. That's the only way to break a press. You got to flash to the middle, and you got the guy that's flashing the middle really is to show his hands. Or else you're not gonna. Your teammate's not gonna have the confidence to feed it to you. Once you get it in there, then things open up. It's when you get caught in those corners is when you get caught.
Johnson right there in the middle. Now he's stuck and it's taken away. Northcutt to the bucket. He's fouled.
And that time, nobody was back to help him. They're all over the map here with trying to break down this press, but that's a credit to Morton. They're doing a great job of frustrating Highland, and Highland, looks bothered to say the least by it.
Braden Jones getting ready to check back in for Highland. First one's missed from Northcutt. Here, a pin drop in here.
I want to see more moves from this big man, Dennis Mitchell. I mean, that spin cycle he put on him earlier, that was impressive.
Mitchell in there at 6'3" for Morton. Second shot coming up for Amari Northcutt. It does not fall as well. Rebound to Highland. 0 for 2 at the line. Quickly ahead is Jones. He's got to be careful. He's been benched twice. Knocked out, staying here. Mitchell's got the quick feet and the quick hands.
Absolutely.
Not sure what we got. Blood? Yeah, we do have blood on the knee of Roman Hernandez. Scraped himself. So he'll get cleaned up. Not happy for coming out of this game as Willie Collins checks in for him. Steele in the corner. 2 minutes to play in the first half. 25-8 our score. Morton on top of Highland. There's Johnson to Steele. Steele pulls up, doesn't go. The rebound goes to Tanis. They reset with 1:40 to play. It's Glover. And a bad pass there. It's taken by Northcutt. The other end lays it in.
Yep, Morton playing the passing lanes, staying aggressive. Highland just kind of asleep at the wheel.
Northcutt already with 10. Steele gets it across. Tanis in the corner, and this is where they end up in trouble. Jones fakes Mitchell. Looking for a screen, doesn't get it. Across the Tanis. Good ball movement from Highland. We're under a minute to play in the first half. Tanis knocked away, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Morton is so quick on defense. They get into every lane, active hands.
Yeah, Highland's kind of running around like a chicken with their head cut off. I
feel like they're about 10, 15 steps behind them.
100%. When they're throwing across court, they're getting to a spot and they don't know what they're going to do until it's already too late. And Morton is prepared and ready to attack. I mean, they beat Highland 75-56 in the last matchup, and it seems like Morton's head coach Aaron Abram took a lot from that and understood, hey, if I put pressure on this team, they're going to have a long day, and they certainly have so far.
1 of 2 at the line for Tanis. He's got 3. 27-9, 45 seconds to play in the first half. Nice screen, pick and roll. The big man, Mitchell, that's a charge, it is. Jones getting his feet set. And Mitchell with the foul, that's a team 6.
And you probably would ask, like, hey, well, why doesn't every team just pressure like this and create turnovers? Well, not every team can do it. I mean, it's one thing to have athleticism and speed like Morton has, but they're organized too. It's not just their athleticism and speed. They're organized. They know exactly where they're supposed to be. They stay in their lanes, and they wait for that moment to attack, and they take the ball. And that's a credit to coaching and the players executing.
I said it earlier. They want to get to that middle of the court during the press. Guess who's standing there? Mr. Mitchell, the big man. Not letting anybody there.
Fills up that middle.
3 is long from Steele. They got 7, 6. 3 on the way. It's good from Tanis. He's got 6. And that'll do it after the first half. 27-12 our score. Morton on top of Highland. We'll take a break. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Indiana laborers are the best trained, safest, and most productive workforce around. Day after day, year after year, union laborers in Indiana go to work and get the job done. On time, on budget, and with fewer lost time accidents than any other trade. Why is that? It starts with the training these professionals receive through the Indiana Laborers Training Trust Fund. Since 1968, we've been responsible for a hands-on skill training program that has enrolled more than 25,000 laborers. Take the finest instructors and staff in the industry. Leading-edge training facilities in a safe environment conducive to learning, and combined with the eager and qualified laborers to produce the safest, most productive, and reliable workforce in the industry. The proud men and women of Indiana's Laborers International Union.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Did you know?
They decorate over 210,000 cakes a year.
Did you know?
Their butcher will cut your meat your way.
Did you know?
They have trained floral designers in store.
Did you know?
They will make your wedding cake.
Did you know?
They have a variety of deli bakeable entrees.
Did you know?
Their online app has coupons and so much more. Who does that?
Strachan Van Til. Now you know.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
From schools to stadiums, hospitals and bridges, everywhere you look, union carpenters are building Indiana. With jobs and skilled trades in high demand, there's never been a better time to start building your future. As an apprentice, you'll earn a debt-free college degree, earn while you learn, and receive great benefits like health care and retirement. So what are you waiting for? Visit carpenters.com to learn more. Visit carpenters.com and start building your future today.
Welcome back as Labor's Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network, offering apprenticeship programs. For more info, visit labors41.com. Halftime here at Highland High School. Morton Governors on top of the Trojans, 27-12. It's the Morton Governor press show in the first half.
Yeah, they full court press, and to put it mildly, Morton has just applied the pressure, and right out the gate they got 2 quick buckets, 2 quick turnovers, probably 8 quick buckets, 8 quick turnovers it felt like, but maybe the score should have been more than it was. And then in the second quarter, Morton started to pull away a little more, as Highland still hasn't found an answer for any of this. I mean, to me, Nate King for Morton really set the tone in this game. He's set the tone for the tempo and the pace of this game, and Highland just hasn't had a response. Kind of like I said, I hate to say it, but sleep at the wheel. You know, I try not to be overly critical of high school athletes, but at the same time, that seems to be the case here. They just have been stymied by Morton's pressure. And credit to Coach Abram of Morton High School. They've done a great job here tonight.
I don't think you're critical. You're analyzing what's going on, and that's exactly what's going on with Highland. All kinds of issues. Braden Jones had to come out due to turnover issues early on. Then Maldonado started turning the ball over. Nick Steele turns the ball over. They've all been turning the ball over against this press that they just cannot figure out. It worked that one time. I tell you, they told middle of the court, bounce it to the outside. They got a scorer. They got a bucket right away. And then Morton shut it down. They put Mitchell right in there because they knew what was going on. And that's how just quick they made that adjustment. And Highland really just cannot get anything going on offense. 4 points for Steele. I got 6 for Eric Tanis. He leads the team. He's got half their points. 2 more for Braden Jones, and that's it for the Highland Trojans. Just 3 scores. Barnes just has 2 after having I could be wrong. I missed a few there. Has to have 19 earlier in the morning session, 2 so far tonight. Northcutt's leading all scores with 10. King's got a couple. Dennis Mitchell, my goodness, the big man. How about the moves?
He had a really nice spin cycle there on a post-up play. So they've got talent all around. You know, Nate King, only 2 points, but really setting the tone in different ways. And then, as you said, Northcutt, filling up the score sheet with 10 points. A lot of those from transition, easy buckets off steals. So this is a team effort. Northcutt can credit a lot of that to the team defense that they've been applying on Highland. And as you said, you want to get it to the middle. That's the idea on how you break down a press. But there's 2 keys within that. Highland's man that flashes to the middle has to flash hard and confidently and show his hands to his teammate and give that confidence to his teammates to feed him the ball. But then on the other end, Morton, they know what they're looking for, so they're going to deny that and force you to the corners, and that's where mistakes are made.
Yeah, those traps right at half court in the corner, it's caused havoc for Highland tonight. And I don't. What do you do going into the second half? If you're coach JD Fabian, what are you telling your team at halftime, and how do you try and get out of this full court pressure?
Well, you have to come out. I mean, just like in our last game, they're only down 15, but it feels like they're down 30. Yeah. Just the way they have so much trouble scoring the basketball. But there's 2 ways they can get into this. You got to break the half court one way or the other. When you have your opportunity to cross half court, we've seen it a few times where there's been an opening and they're hesitant because the pressure has got them so unfocused. But then the other thing, once you get it across half court, don't go crazy and just run to the rim like a chicken with your head cut off. Slow down and run your offense and make sure you get a good shot. That's going to be your only chance. 1 bucket at a time. You can't get it all back at once.
It's Greg Bragg's keys to the second half for Highland. We'll take a short break. Second half's coming up. 27-12 our score. It's all Morton in this one. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
With electrical services from Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, you can radiate the perfect amount of light and energy into your home. From rewiring and code upgrades to ceiling fans, lighting, security, and more, Economy Electric Heating and Cooling's trained electricians will make sure you can enjoy your home on full power all the time. For a free estimate on electrical work, call Economy Electric Heating and Cooling at 219-923-4441, and you can visit them on the web at 4ajobdoneright.com. That's the number 4ajobdoneright.com.
It's been said that one man's junk is another man's treasure. But at Total Disposal, your junk is our junk. Think of Total Disposal as that key player that has several options: commercial, residential, or hand off your junk at our Blaine Street Partners transfer station. Total Disposal is more than a service provider. We are an innovator for a sustainable tomorrow, well beyond the curb. For a complete list of services, go to TotalDisposal.com. Honesty and dependability, that's the Total Disposal promise.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to FamilyExpress.com/JavaWave.
Blythe's Athletics in Valparaiso, whose team has been serving your team since 1959, is a leader in athletic apparel and equipment sales. Whether it's off the rack or customized to your specifications, Blythe's has the products and staff to serve you best. Trophies, embroidering, screen printing, athletic shoes, anything you're looking for, you'll find at Blythe's. Visit them today at teamblythes.com, where the athlete shops.
Welcome back as Laborers Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. To find out how you can have a career as a union laborer, check out laborers41.com. Start of the second half coming up here. I just mentioned it during the break. Highland looks defeated already at halftime. Nobody was taking any shots, came out slow to their bench.
Well, I
guys
have to
leaning
imagine
over.
Coach Fabian probably laid into him a little bit on, give him some hearty words of encouragement on how to break this press this half. But it's going to take a team effort. You know, you root for guys like Braden Jones, who's come out a couple times because of turnovers to get it right. Make this a competitive game. I'm sure Morton wants to play a competitive game too. I'm sure they don't mind, pouring it on, but at the same time, you learn the most in true competition, and when it becomes a blowout, you don't learn much about either team.
To the hole goes King, and he lays it in for two more. He's got five.
Yeah, just like in the first half, he's setting the tone and the tempo. There it is, as you mentioned.
And the bounce pass, that's what they wanted.
But they fed to the middle of the court, try to break that press, and they did it deliberately and quickly and confidently. They didn't hesitate, and that's the key. Almost couldn't get it in again.
Steele loses it, turns it over to King. There's a dribble drive. Up and under, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Governors. And nobody wants to get the ball. Police officer, we got a fan who just sat there.
The officer just booted it. He's on the phone.
Back to action, and it's put up and in from Barnes. He's got four. How do you beat the press? There you go. Boom, Steele, bounce pass, doesn't go. Steele gets the foul, will go to the line.
See, and I guarantee Highland works on breaking a press at practice. But when it comes to live action against Morton and then the speed, it takes you out of everything you've worked on. So then you go into the halftime locker room, your coach gives you some heartful words of encouragement, and now all of a sudden they've snapped back into what they've been taught. and now they're at the free throw line and getting some points. So, I'm sure Coach Fabian's sitting there like, hey, guys, let's do what we work on in practice. That's where it starts, and then you translate that to the games.
1 for 2, but Glover picks it up. Possession arrow staying with the Trojans. Got a chance to make this a 3, possibly 4-point swing. Jones looking. Corner. Tanis looking for somebody. Gets it into Johnson, and he's fouled.
Yeah, Jeremiah Moore reaching over, trying to deny the inlet pass to the post. Morton doesn't need to be fouling at this rate. Now the big man's coming in, Mitchell.
That's your boy.
Yeah. Hey, when you put a
big
spin
fan.
cycle move like that on, you get my attention. Certainly a candidate for play of the game, but we will see. Long way to go.
Jones driving. Glover had it knocked away as he went up. Quickly ahead come the Governors.
Nice job.
Pull out wide open. They left him in the corner. 3 from Northcutt.
The Nets got caught again because it was such a nice swoosh. Walter Glover did a nice job initially of stopping the dribble. Then he went to go find his man, and then nobody picked up who he left. And Morton knocks down the 3. Too easy.
Get it over to Steele. The trap was there. Back to Steele. Steele's got to be careful. He's going to get trapped again in the corner. Up to Johnson. Backs his way in. He's fouled. 3rd foul on Morton early on here in the 3rd.
Yeah, Nick Steele was trying to dribble his way out of trouble, but then at the very last minute, he gives a no-look pass into the post and then is able to get his man, Nick Johnson, to the free throw line. So, a little erratic at first, but then settled down and feeds the no-look pass. So a nice little play there.
Johnson makes the first.
Early signs our Highland has shown they can now break the press. So that's step 1. Step 2 is, staying aggressive and giving energy on defense. And then
make your free throws as well.
Yep, making free throws.
1 of 2 is not going to cut it.
It's a lot of steps that involve a 20-point comeback, but not out of the realm of possibility. I've seen it many times, but you got to start. You got to start somewhere.
Here's Jones. He's got to be careful. He's right by that line.
Yep.
6 minutes to play in the 3rd. 34-14. Morton on top. Steele. Glover down to Steele. Looking, got 2 guys on him. There's more movement without the ball from Highland this half. Floater doesn't go for Tanis. Jump ball goes back to Morton.
A little bit of an ill-advised shot. He got past his man, but then a running, floater, a little Derrick Rose action, but a little too far out to be trying to float that all the way up there.
Highland trying to give Morton a taste of their own medicine. Mitchell's fouled, and he'll shoot 1. Johnson knocked down the big man there.
Yeah, Mitchell, he's a load down there, and you're not going to take him down easily, and he's still able to finish the play, and now he has a chance in an and 1, old-fashioned 3.
3rd foul on Johnson. Free throw doesn't go. Barnes gets the rebound, doesn't go, and it's Glover coming away with it. Steele gets it ahead. Thought maybe Highland might want to pick up the pace just a tad on offense, but they just do not have the speed. How about this man, Steele, going around his defender?
Yeah, I think it's a dangerous game to pick up the pace for Highland. You need to be deliberate and make sure you get smart shots. When you're down 20, you go.
Well, then you got moves like this from Mitchell.
Yeah, another spin cycle. I mean, he laid it up pretty softly, but then another ill-advised pass I'm sure Coach Fabian isn't going to be happy with that from the freshman.
I don't think Glover saw the man coming.
Well, and they weren't even pressing at that point either. So now you're helping them out. They weren't necessarily set up in their normal press that we've seen this game, and now you give them an easy chance at 2.
In and out for Northcutt. Don't forget, after the game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the game, our insurance superheroes. Second doesn't go, and it's Glover with the board. 36-16. Jones pulls up, now steps in, takes a shot, doesn't go, and another foul. Northcutt with the foul there. That's his second. Team's fourth. Maldonado in. Jones comes out. .429 to play in the third. Steele driving through the lane, and offensive foul. It's the third offensive foul called on Steele. He's got 3.
And that's kind of the problem when they try to pick up the pace. They've just shown to be too out of control when they try to go too fast. So, the medicine of that is to slow it down, and be smart about what you're trying to do. And when you start getting ahead of yourself, your feet move too fast, your mind can't keep up.
Barnes in the lane, can't get it to go. He'll shoot 2 more. Foul is on Tanis. That's his second. If you're down by 20, though, don't you want to pick up the pace late in the third quarter?
Man,
against
tough.
It's tough, yeah, against a Governor's team like this.
You have your opportunity, sure, but, they've shown that they've turned the ball over too many times. And, it's one bucket at a time. So if they play conventional and deliberate and get, an easy two, then all of a sudden now you could have an opportunity to get in it close to 10. Then this crowd gets a little loud for a second. And then the pressure and it's all about momentum. And they just don't have it right now.
Steele driving down the sideline. He is fouled again. That's going to be a team 5th foul from Morton. They were trying to get the ball to Glover right at midcourt in the center like we've talked about. They had 2 guys right on Glover.
Yep.
Almost impossible to get it to him.
Now, Morton has played very smart tonight.
Foul was on King. That's his first. Steele is fouled. I thought it was going to be a 4th. That was close.
Certainly a 50-50 call there.
Foul is on Mitchell. That's his second. Team 6 foul. Highland will shoot the rest of the way. Got to take advantage of that as there's a steal from Northcutt. 3:50 to play. 22-point lead for Morton.
Certainly seemed like a foul across the arm there.
Thought so, too. This ain't the Big Ten. They're letting them play. Gonna call that. Well, down low, it's knocked away from Steele into the hands of Johnson. And now he has it knocked, and a foul is called on number 3, Hernandez. And Highland shooting 1-and-1. 3:31 to go in the third quarter. They trail by 22. They have to take advantage of the free throw line.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the steps to get back into this. But,
they've struggled.
3:30 to play. You're hoping Highland can go on a run if you're Highland, but one step at a time. You can't get ahead of yourself.
First doesn't go for Johnson.
Yeah, and if I'm Nate King, I'm attacking. I don't really think Maldonado can stay in front of him. And he's getting a pick and roll here.
Pulls up long 2, bounces around, doesn't go. Rebound to Steele. Maldonado corner 3. It's swatted away. Barnes coming in there. My goodness. Barnes
What
coming in is
closeout.
at 6-1 on the 5-7. Maldonado had no chance on that three.
That was a heck of a closeout there.
I think Maldonado's giggling on that one, too.
Yeah, I mean, he came all the way across the court to do that. And pretty impressive display of athleticism there.
Steele now needs to get something moving. He's got Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, if they're chasing and they're double teaming, that means somebody's open.
Johnson's got 3 points. 38-18. Barnes through the hole, and he is fouled.
See, Barnes has the right idea, and I think Nate King needs to take a page from what Barnes is doing here. These guys on Highland cannot stay in front of them, so it would behoove you to get past your guy and attack the rim. You're either going to get an easy bucket or a dish off, or you're going to be at the free throw line.
Barnes shooting 2. Made his first 2. Makes that one as well. Stay with us after the game. We'll name the play of the game presented by IKORCC. Build your future.
Like when Nate King earlier in the couple possessions before where he got past his man and then he pulls up for a long 2. You're doing Highland a favor by doing that. Go to the rim. Good things will happen.
2 at the line. Glover with the spin to Johnson.
Really nice
Maldonado.
job. That was the best job they've broken the press tonight. All seamless. The ball didn't touch the ground. Pass, and then they worked their way to a good shot. It just doesn't go down. But that's how it's supposed to be done.
Steele misses the 3, but it was a great play by Glover, who was screened off 2 guys for Steele to get that shot. Loose ball. Jump ball, it'll go to the Trojans. Nice job there by Johnson. Nick Johnson getting scrappy. Tell you what, Highland down big by 22. They're still fighting.
Yep, and that's a credit. I mean, both teams playing with a lot of energy, but it's been a long day, and they play.
Ooh, doesn't go. It stays up there. Oh my!
You don't see that too often.
And I don't like how that's. I don't like that rule that the other team gets the ball.
Well, it's a jump ball, right?
I know. I just don't. I don't like that.
The possession arrow.
I think the possession should just stay with the. But that's just me. I've never liked that.
File it to the high school basketball
I'll
committee. We'll see if we can get a rule change.
I'll send them an email.
I've been filing strongly worded letters about the shot clock for years, but
to the IHSA.
Yeah, I mean, when you watch Warsaw and Crown Point in a regional championship, you'll never forget.
And what was the score of that?
Well,
Pretty
at
low?
halftime it was like 8-6. So,
almost intercepted.
I'll never let it go if you can't tell.
Yeah. And what year was that?
2016 or so. I'll never let it go.
2 shots coming up. Foul is called on Tanis. That's his 3rd.
But I guess a night like tonight is kind of evidence of why a shot clock might hurt the high school game more than help it, for the teams that can handle it with a shot clock. A lot of these teams, especially early in the season, are still trying to find themselves, still trying to understand how they're going to run their offense. It took Highland a whole half how to learn how to break a press.
Right.
You put a shot clock in there, you're going to have, maybe 3 times the amount of turnovers you're seeing in just a game without it. So, I understand both sides of the argument.
What would you say the shot clock be? Is there's another turnover by Highland?
I mean, if I were to do it, in NBA it's 24.
No, it
college
just was 35, but they moved it a few years back to 30.
Right. So, maybe 45 seconds.
Okay.
I was
going to say
that's
maybe
plenty
40.
of time.
I think 40 seconds would be more than enough.
Just to keep.
Do you add maybe a minute to the game or each quarter?
Either way, but to me, to eliminate a team just holding it for an entire quarter, to me, that's not the way basketball should be played. But that's also because I hate Warsaw. If we had done it in one, then I wouldn't have said anything.
Right. Who's we? What's
Well,
the we?
I am a former, bulldog.
Bulldog. All
Yeah,
right. All right.
I'm an alum.
Dangerous pass. Now he's trapped in the corner. He's got to get it out. He does. The Glover. Glover through the hole. Weaves his way through. Rolls it up. Doesn't go. Back the other way. Barnes. He puts it in for two more.
Could have easily been an and one. A strong take to the rim by Moore. He's got a lot of talent.
43-18 the score, and you have to wonder, when does Morton call off the dogs and say, no more press? Still in the third, 30 seconds to play. Back the other way. Doesn't go for Northcutt.
Technical for hanging on the rim.
Technical foul ball on number 12. Jaden Lee.
Technical foul on Jaden Lee, number 12.
He was looking for either the alley-oop or a putback, off the shot, and then it never came. So he was kind of caught up there, and then he stayed up on the rim.
First one no good from Maldonado. Shooting another one. Second goes.
The Highland girls basketball players are sitting underneath the baseline. They won their tournament in LaPorte. They won the championship in LaPorte here earlier today. So congrats to them.
43-19 here. Morton with a commanding lead, and another foul called on Morton, number 5. That's Northcutt. That's his third of the game. Team's 9th foul. So after this, they'll be shooting 2.
When you apply the kind of pressure Morton does, you're going to run into a few fouls just from hustle. But that was a foul that you're just kind of doing them a favor, and you fouled them 9 times this quarter. So they might want to readjust, how aggressive they're being here in the fourth, up 23.
2 for 2 from Maldonado. He's got 3 points, all from the line. 10 seconds to go in the third. 22-point lead as there's loose ball down to 3 seconds. Jones got to hurry, takes it in, he got it, and he's fouled.
Wow.
They're going to count the bucket, and I think he's going to shoot a free throw.
Basket is good.
One shot. Now, would you like them to put more time on the clock? Since No, you're good with that?
I'm good with this.
Jones misses, so he gets 2
Back
points.
to 20.
43-23 our score, end of 3. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Attention homeowners, ready to start your next project? Need to pay off your debt? Refinance your home? Unlock the value of your home with a Centier Bank no-fee home equity loan or home equity line of credit. Stop by a local Centier branch today or visit us on the web at centier.com/home equity. Terms and conditions subject to change without notice, subject to credit approval. Centier Bank, NMLS number 408076, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Java Wave at your local Family Express is the perfect way to get your day started or keep you moving at any time. With 12 freshly ground bean-to-cup flavors to choose from, Java Wave at Family Express has just what you're looking for, whether it's hot or iced coffee. To see all of the delicious flavor options and to find a Family Express near you, log on to familyexpress.com/Java Wave.
Welcome back as Labor's Local 41 presents RSN Game Day coverage of Highland Holiday Hoopfest right here on the Region Sports Network. Proud to be a member of LIUNA, Labor's International Union of North America. Start your career today. Visit labors41.com. Maldonado brings it up. for the Trojans. Long shot from the elbow is good.
Well, there's that tempo you're asking for. I felt like that was a ill-advised shot, but it went down. So, it's hard to complain when you make a bucket, as hard as buckets have been to come by for Highland. And now all of a sudden Highland's gone on a little run here. They've got it down to 18 all of a sudden. The trick was to break the press, which they figured out at the halftime chat with their coach. And,
they didn't get it there.
We jinxed it, you know, but that's Morton. They're not going to stop.
No, they're not. I think it's staying here. It is knocked out.
But they really have. Highland goes on their first run of the game here. And I'm sure they're kicking themselves a little bit because they've had a lot of, self-inflicted wounds. And if not for that, this game could be closer.
Through the lane, no good. Still no good. Puts it up and in. Does Jeremiah Moore.
2 ways to kill a comeback. Not make your free throws, not rebound. As a travel.
Travel goes the other way.
And Xander Ison's going to take a seat. So Xander's got to just kind of collect himself. He's going to have to figure it out, get back to the drawing board.
Through the lane, they say no shot. No basket. That's Northcutt. It is a 1-and-1 for Northcutt and company. That's the foul on... No, is that not right? Number 11? Yeah, they didn't put it off. I'm sorry. It's number 1, Braden Jones. It's his second foul. 1-and-1. First good from Northcutt. Stay with us after the game. Region Sports Network Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Second rattles out and tipped back out to Northcutt. He runs it down. Through the lane. Nice pass down low. Shot knocked away. Maldonado coming out with it. He's looking deep to pass. Nobody there.
I think Maldonado's starting to feel himself a little.
He gets drilled with a shoulder to the face by Jeremiah Moore.
After he knocked down that clean bucket to start the quarter, he was kind of looking for that spot again. Got himself to the free throw line, but paid for it. It was a heavy cost because he got laid out.
He'll shoot 2. First good.
You do have to credit Highland. They didn't let go of the rope, and that's what you want to see if you're Coach Fabian. They took what he taught them at the halftime chat and they applied it. And they may not come out with a win, but at least they can hold their head up and say they didn't let go of the rope because they have been outmatched for most of the night here.
Much better second half for Highland, at least in the third quarter. Maldonado brings it across over to Steele. Glover traveled. Yeah.
Yep. Getting a little ahead of himself, as you see high school players do from time to time. He'll learn. He's a freshman.
Few guys on the bench from Highland that we might see coming later. We are just under 6 minutes.
Jeremiah Moore dominating the offensive glass here in the fourth quarter so far.
48-26, still a full court pressure from Morton.
Yeah, when Highland got it down to 18, then all of a sudden, you start thinking twice about what your lead was.
Almost a 10-second call again, but Steele gets it over. Johnson, top of the key. Maldonado dribble, driving, going in. He's fouled.
Maldonado's kind of said enough's enough, and he's going to do it his way.
He's taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, he knocks down a shot, getting to the free throw line a few times. He kind of sparked the run to end the third quarter. So, he's doing everything he can.
First good for him. It's been to the fourth time to the line. Roman Hernandez coming in for Nate King. 1-2 for Maldonado. 48-27, 5:15 to play left in the game. This is Collins. Every time Collins gets in there, he's been dribbling the ball around through his legs. Crossover, nice pass down low to Jeremiah Moore for two more. And he threw it away. Maldonado not ready for it. Turns it back over. Another turnover for Highland.
Yeah, not ideal. They got it down to 18, and that's, might be as close as they get it unless they have another run in them.
One and one to the line.
They just said his name, but they do not have a 12 listed here.
First one misses, and the rebound goes to Hernandez. Collins resets. Trying to get it down low. Now Collins drives, floats one up, no good. Tipped around, gets it. Moore, he's fouled. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, Jeremiah Moore has been dominant on the offensive glass. Both halves really, really showing up tonight. Morton's getting ready to advance to the championship round of this tournament.
First doesn't go for Moore. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Company's proud to recognize the superheroes on the basketball court. 1-2 at the line for Moore. 51-27 our score, 4.5 to play. Maldonado picks up his dribble, throws it to Steele. Steele, fade away, short. Moore with the rebound, up ahead, Hernandez. Knocked away and into the hands of Johnson.
Wow,
and
call it travel.
Goes back to Morton. Also, we don't have a number 30 on the... Well, Jaden Lee is 12. There we go. Jaden Lee is 12. That was my mistake. I couldn't read my own handwriting over there, a little small. We do not have a 30.
Well, Jaden Lee certainly has a lot of length.
Sure does. He's got the height, too. And there, it shows it right there. Too strong, gets it back. No shot, goes the other way. He must have pushed off. Ooh, I don't know.
And he's calling him for over the back,
okay.
But, it's not his fault. He's longer than his defender.
Jaden Lee listed at 6'6". He's a sophomore. And shooting two is Glover. 6'6" sophomore. You can work with that in the coming years for
absolutely
Coach Abram. I'm sure you keep working on him. You can get some scholarship. He needs to get a little stronger, though. He looks like he needs to get into the weight room, eat some meat.
Yep, some protein.
Yeah. 1-2 for Glover. And if my notes are correct, that's the first points for Walter Glover, who had 16 this morning. Glover to the hole. He heard me. He's not happy now. He puts up 2 more. 51-30, 3:40 to play. Collins' long 3 doesn't go. Rebound to Steele. Steele taking it himself. Goes up and under. He is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
Well, they have a chance to get this back under 20 now if Steele can knock down a couple free throws. So, again, a credit to Highland. It just took them a whole half to figure it out, and for Highland, I'm sure that's frustrating because if they had came out with the kind of, intensity or energy and focus that they have here in the second half, this might have been a game. But the first half, Morton's press completely shell-shocked them, and that's why you see the lead you have with Morton. So credit to them. They prepared. Morton played them the last time and beat them 75-56. Coach Abram certainly saw there was an adjustment that they could make, and it worked to their advantage, and that's why they'll be heading to the championship round, short of any Highland miracles here in the last 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah, Highland trailed by 15 as they just threw it away. They got a steal there. Into the game for Highland is Jordan Tillman. Sure we'll see some more guys come in as well. But yeah, they trailed by 15 at half, and they've been around the 20 mark all game. So a great second half for Highland. Just too much, too early from Morton.
Yeah,
shot doesn't go.
The score could be a lot more than it is the way they were getting pressed. So, that's about all you can say for Highland. Other than that, Morton has been the team of the night. Back the other way comes Hernandez, and they turn it over. Traffic. Trying to be unselfish was Hernandez, but a little too much sauce on the pass.
Tillman turns it over on a carry. And now into the game is Solomon Al-Nimri. Butchered that. Solomon Al-Nimri in the game. Number 50. Solomon, 6'4" center. He's a senior. Glover with the foul there. Number 4. 51-32, 2:30 to play. No good on the first from Jordan Nix. Second good, 1 of 2 at the line. I think Mom liked that. Heard her screaming next to us.
Yeah, a lot of people came out to support each school here for the nightcap.
Steele pulls up from the foul line. Out of bounds goes to the Governors. 2:12 to play left in the game. Tillman putting some pressure on him. Don't forget, after the game, we'll name the play of the game. It's presented by IKORCC. Here's the big man going down low. Can't get it. The rebound by the smallest guy out there puts it in. Don't have his name, number 10, out there. Here's Steele. The Nimri, oh my goodness. Al-Nimri.
Could have had him in all game. You make plays like that on Dennis Mitchell. Big on big.
He's got some nice footwork on that one. Mitchell, take him. Oh, nice cut. Down the baseline, doesn't go. 54-34, a minute 15 to go. And a foul called. The rest of the game, I just want to see Mitchell and Alan Emery. The rest of the game. So those two go at it down low. And just clear the paint, clear the floor.
I like it.
Steele to the line. Makes his first. Steele with 7 points. Got in a lot of foul trouble early on. He had the 3 offensive foul call. He never really drove the paint much after that. He's got 8 now as he comes out. Eric Onahan comes in for Highland. It's an 18-point game, a minute to play. Long 3 is good. Derek Carr. That we don't have on our roster. As there's a foul, and Highland will shoot 2, 57-36, 52 seconds to play.
No relation to the Raiders, Derek Carr. Nathan's Raiders. Still alive for the playoffs are the Raiders. They play the Colts, and the Colts are losing players for availability on Sunday. We'll keep you posted on that. I'm sure everyone's waiting on pins and needles.
Tillman makes his first and his second. Perfect from line, 2 of 2. 19-point game, 50 seconds to play. Collins, all kinds of dribbling. Got to be careful with that hand. Possible carry. Going into the lane is Nix, has it knocked away. Up ahead.
Oh, I should have shot it.
Glover goes off glass and good. He's got 5 all in this fourth quarter. 57-40. Hey, you think about it, this second half has been evenly matched.
Yep.
I mean, Morton's only up 2 in the second
right.
half then. 2 seconds and 1. That'll do it. 57-40 is our score. Morton knocks off Highland, and Morton will head to the championship game on Thursday night. That'll be 12:30. December 30th, 7:30, championship game. We'll play the winner of who's ever playing tomorrow, Portage, KV, Lighthouse, and Munster. We'll take a short break. We'll wrap it all up in the postgame. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
The team of sports medicine experts at Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana is committed to getting athletes back in the game, with a focus on not only helping patients recover from injuries, but helping improve athletic performance to prevent injuries. Orthopedic Specialists provides the most advanced, comprehensive care to their patients. To learn more about all orthopedic specialists can do to help rehab and prevent athletic injuries, visit them on the web at osni.org or call them at 219-923-3300. Orthopedic Specialists of Northwest Indiana, providing world-class care to Northwest Indiana for over 20 years.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. I'll cover your motorcycle. I'll be with you on the water. I'll be with you on the snow. I'll cover your insurance needs wherever you go. I'll be at Crowell Agency from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. As Crowell Company's Lantern Man, I'm your insurance superhero.
Crowell Companies, the insurance professionals in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City.
Welcome back to Game Night on the Region Sports Network. It is brought to you by Laborers Local 41. For the Highland Holiday Hoopfest, they're offering apprenticeship programs. For more info, visit laborers41.com. 57-40 is our score. Is Morton over Highland in this one? Final thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, Morton, certainly a dominant performance. Credit to Coach Abram. Obviously adjusted from the last matchup where Morton also won 75-56, but this one was a lower scoring game, but Morton applying the pressure, really impressive on the full court press. Their team came prepared, and that's why they came away with the victory, because as we pointed out in the second half, it was pretty much a stalemate between the two teams. The difference was the press to start the game that Highland didn't have an answer for until after halftime. So that's pretty much it. Highland back to the drawing board. We'll see how their season continues, but Morton with a big win tonight, heading to the championship.
It's time to name the Crowell Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowell Companies are the insurance superheroes. Who you got?
Well, my blue-collar player of the game. Oh, I'm sorry, my superhero player of the game. I'm reading my list. My superhero of the game is Jeremiah Moore. He had 12 points on the night, dominant on the offensive glass, and was a mismatch for pretty much anyone that was up against him. So Jeremiah Moore is my superhero of the game.
Time to name the play of the game presented by IKORCC, the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio Regional Council of Carpenters. Who you got?
Well, I mentioned it a few times on the broadcast, but my play of the game is Dennis Mitchell with the spin cycle, with the nice footwork. I always like to see a big man with nice footwork, and he certainly displayed that with the spin cycle, post-up, layup early in the first half. Certainly impressive. A big body, a lot to handle. And when you got quick feet like that, it makes it even tougher.
Time to name the Region Sports Network Blue Collar Player of the Game. It's brought to you by Region Sports Network, the only game in town. Who we got?
I can name him now. So the Blue Collar Player of the Game is Nate King. To me, you could have picked a lot of different guys for this, but it's going away. Morton gets all 3 awards for the night. Nate King setting the tone along with their team and their coach Abram, working on this and getting easy buckets, easy turnovers to start the game is what is the difference and why they came away with the blowout victory here tonight. So Nate King setting the tone, the tempo, and the pressure.
Our executive producer is Chris Ramirez, coordinating producer Nathan Laird. Video is Brandon Root. The game producer today is Zach Miller. Special thanks to Ryan Harrington of Highland, the athletic director, coaches Aaron Abram of Morton, and Joseph Fabian of Highland. We want to special thanks to all you viewers on Facebook.com/Region Sports and RegionSports.com. For Greg Braggs and the entire crew here from Highland, Mike Zajac saying so long. Final score 57-40. The Morton Governors moving on to the championship. You're watching Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.